Now, what's this that I found backstage? What's this? Well, it belongs to our next speaker. And I can assure you it isn't water, it's something a little more powerful, as we will hear. Now, if you'll humor me, I'll indulge in a little Gen mixology as I introduce our next speaker. So let's take a social entrepreneur, let's blend them with a former diplomat, someone who was Chief of Communications for the UN Secretary General, no less, someone who ran global advocacy for UNICEF, no less. And now let's add a pinch of the amazing campaign, We Are All Human, which our next speaker also created. And now let's blend all of that with the revival of an absolutely legendary Mexican spirit. What comes after tequila? What comes after mezcal? We're about to hear. So you've got a social entrepreneur, a campaigner, an activist, and someone very much in the business of bringing new things to light. It gives us huge pleasure to welcome to the stage Claudia Romo Edelman. Welcome, Claudia.
Thank you so much for that great introduction. Okay, I want to have a raise of hands for those of you that have heard, what is tequila? Okay, raise your hand if you have heard of mezcal. Okay, raise your hand if you have heard of Sotol. Exactly. That's exactly what I faced 30 years ago when I asked Europeans if they have heard of tequila. They have never heard of it, but it is actually, Sotol is the next big thing that is going to take the market, and it is a new category after tequila and mezcal. Fast forward 30 years after, tequila is the #1 alcohol sold in the world, with more than $11 billion in sales and more than 300% growth in the last 30 years. But it took tequila 30 years to mainstream, and it took mezcal 15 years to mainstream. But Sotol is going to come by faster. Sotol is going to take in the next 3 to 5 years to be in every restaurant that you go, in every bar. It actually in your bar cart, as the New York Times article just said it, in the last week's article, calling it, why is Sotol the drink that you need to have in your bar cart? You can see it already in Austin, Texas, that in a couple of years, in record time, is already in sales parity with tequila. So if we hit this right, we hit it big. And so people ask me, so what is Sotol? Sotol, S-O-T-O-L, Sotol or Dacilarium is the name of the cactus that grows in the north of Mexico. And the way to describe it, if you want, is that if tequila and mezcal would have a baby, it would taste like Sotol, but better, and with 1/3 of the calories. I got your attention there, right? Like with 1/3 of the calories. So why 1/3 of the calories? Is because the story of Sotol, which is something that I love, that is me actually in Chihuahua, where Sotol grows, Chihuahua, Coahuila, and Durango. And the story of Sotol is fabulous because you have a female and a male. And the female and the male, basically the female pollinates only 4 times in her entire life. That could be 100 years. And the pollination process is quite complex because there's no wind in the desert. So the most normal pollination process for this is that an animal eats the seeds, digests the seeds, and then goes and poops the seeds. And if we're lucky, the poop grows in a falls in a sunny part so that a baby plant grows. So the plant grows in 15 years, which is twice as much as agave. Agave is the name of the cactus that produces tequila and mezcal. So Sotol takes 15 years to grow, and it is every bottle of Sotol that you will see is 30 years, because you need 2 plants, 30 years of Mother Nature giving you the best it has to survive and to fight and to make it to you. But in that process, in that moment of the fight of the plant, all the sugars are produced internally. So you will never have to add anything to Sotol because the sugars are produced naturally, ever there. So it is literally 1/3 of the calories of tequila, which is already 1/3 of the calories of any other spirit, and it is almost healthier than an apple. That's the way I would like to describe what Sotol is. So I invite you all to believe in the beauty of the plant the way I do. And despite actually the complexity and the complexity of the growing of the plant, there's going to be enough supply, and so supply and scale will never be an issue because it grows in 30% of Mexico. Every bottle that you have is 30 years of nature, Mother Nature fighting to give you the best. So this is where I think that Sotol is not only better for you, it's better, period. And that is exactly what consumers want. Consumers are eager to have sustainable, organic, artisanal, better for you categories. And that's actually where the growth is. The category of Sotol is prone to, where Sotol sits, is prone to grow in a compound growth, 9.5% of CAGR of compound growth. And that is, the category is getting traction. Lenny Kravitz has already launched his Sotol. Sotol is in the trendiest bars of Ibiza, Paris, New York, and the point is that no one knows about it. And that's where my story comes in. My family has been producing for the last 40 years, but we never commercialized it. We just drank it all. It's a big family, we have a lot of parties, and there you go. I am the first woman in the family to get into the business, the first woman to make it a business, and Sotol Romo, which is the category, my brand, is ultra premium, ultra modern Mexican, luxury, elegant, confident, delicious, tall. It's like a norteña, and we aim to be the leading brand in the category, a category rooted in pride and respect for the communities where we will operate. And for me, building Sotol Romo is a natural step, and probably my most personal one ever, because I'm bringing the best of my family and the best of my country to the world. And I know how to mobilize people. I know how to build brands. I've been doing that for 30 years, whether it's working as the introducer, as Nicolas was saying, whether it's working for UNICEF or the World Economic Forum or the United Nations, where I was able to participate in the launch of the Sustainable Development Goals, or when I was working for the Global Fund to fight AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria, being able to put together campaigns like Product Red that have resulted in $700 million, saving the lives of more than 25,000 people all over the world. And a couple of years ago, I created my own foundation called The World Human, where we've been able to mobilize more than 350 companies to elevate the narrative of the Latino community in the US. For that, Time Magazine has named me the top 17 Hispanic in the country. Time Magazine has, People Magazine put me as top of 25 poderosas in the country, because we need more women to actually take charge and do not only social entrepreneurship, but do businesses that have a heart and have communities in hand. And I'm not doing this alone. The alcohol business, the product is only the first thing. What we really are doing is I partner and I signed a joint venture with Comos, CKBG, the third largest tequila company in the world that has distribution in 40 countries, and they have more than 4 exits. My husband and I, Richard Edelman, has the largest PR company in the world, and together we bring an incredible network to the table. And so I think that with these, we're bringing a really advantage to the market, in which we're going to become the category, we can become the category defining brand, because we have the 5 things that I think are necessary. 1 is the product, 2 is an incredibly relevant, culturally rooted brand and authentic, distribution to scale, a massive network in a category that is in the verge of exploding. And so please do not leave the room to go and try to buy the Sotol Romo, because we're not in market yet. We have like 9 months to a year to do it. Right now we're preparing on the product launch. I just launched my seed round 40 days ago. It's like 15 million valuation post in a safe for $3 million. I am already 50% there, and I am obviously willing to do a special vehicle, a special purpose vehicle and crowdsourcing, because I want a piece of this company to go to women and to go to my community that doesn't have the opportunity to actually get into the good deals or be an investor. So I think that with this, I feel quite confident to say that this is an absolutely new category, that people don't know Sotol. They will see it in the future. And if we hit it right, we will hit it big. And I want to hit it big together. So join me, invest, share, raise a glass, or simply wish me luck. Because today Sotol is a niche, and tomorrow it will be a household. And I hope that Sotol Romo will be the brand that defines it. That defines it. So remember that if you didn't hear about Sotol, you heard it first here at Gen and Indianapolis, the home of the Pacers. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Claudia. I'm sure guests will agree. That was a triple shot of a presentation, wasn't it, everybody? Thank you, and really good luck with the business as well.
This is my first ever presentation of this product, so thank you so much for bearing with me.
Smashed it. Thank you. Luckily, I didn't smash the bottle, but that's another matter. Very quick personal question. What do you do when you're not having a good week in business? Because we've talked on this stage about resilience, about how to bounce back, especially from a bump in the road, a rejection. So entrepreneurs all have to develop their own series of techniques. How do you do it? Because you're a very positive person.
Right. Well, it has happened to me all the time because I am a first-time entrepreneur and I am a woman and I'm Latina, and every time that I am sitting in front of investors, they look at me waiting for when the real guys are going to come to pitch them, and I'm like, well, I'm the real one. Like, there's no one else that is going to come. So I think that you just what I do is just remember that I have a problem that I'm solving, that is consumers don't want to drink as much, but they want to drink better, and that this is 1/3 of the calories, and that is pure and it's organic and it's authentic. So I know that I have a good product that people will want to have, and so I just go back to the belief and understanding that, and understanding that if we hit it right, we hit it big, and so it's actually their loss if they don't want to come in.
Exactly right. Thank you, Claudia. Now I have a special request because we know how passionate you are, of course, with your own business, but more broadly for supporting others. So with your permission, we'll introduce another guest to the stage and put you in conversation together. So please have a seat for now. Claudia Romo Edelman, everybody. Thank you, Claudia.
Thank you so much.